Oh, I almost forgot something very important. Splatoon 2!
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Xbox Nation. I'm your host Loyal Phoenix, and today I will be talking about the Nintendo Switch. First I'm going to touch upon the games, including Zelda, and then I'm going to be talking a little bit about the hardware, and then at the end, overall my thoughts on it, and if it's worth getting at the time. Now you may be wondering why I'm making a Nintendo video on this channel. Well, back in late 2015, this channel wasn't very focused on solely Xbox related things. It was more broad, and back then I made a video pretty much saying that Nintendo NX was kind of the last straw. If it didn't pull it off, I was going to pretty much be done with Nintendo, which is something that I didn't want to really do because I really got into gaming back on N64 and GameCube. I love those systems and I love those games. And it would have been, I think, a shame, but at the same time I just can't really deal with them anymore, and you know, the things and the crap that they have put out the last, I don't know, last decade really. So this is kind of a second parter to that video, and now that the Switch has been out for a week, I've had it for a week, I was able to get it on launch day, so I'm going to be talking about my impressions and telling you if it was actually worth the wait and if it's worth getting for yourself. So first, let's talk about the games. Yes, the game list is small. It's a mix of brand new titles or indie titles that have come out last year on PS4 or Xbox, things like that. But of course, the flagship title, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That game is absolutely fantastic. Everything from the gameplay, the open world, the discovery, the characters, everything is really, really great. It's not necessarily like groundbreaking in the terms of story. It's what you expect from a Zelda game. But you know, the characters are really cool and they're really interesting. It's kind of has a different take to the, you know, Legend of Zelda story. It's not necessarily like a rehash of the older ones, so I don't want to spoil anything. And honestly, the greatest thing about the game is how open it is. It's all about discovery and, you know, saying to yourself like, what is over that hill over there? And 9 times out of 10 there's going to be something pretty cool, whether it be a chest which will give you a better weapon, maybe some better gear, or maybe you'll find some sort of village or some other NPC, things like that. And that's what Zelda is about, and it's really, really cool, and something that if you have a Wii U or a Switch, well, if you have a Switch, let's be honest, you probably already have it, but if you have a Wii U, definitely go get it. And honestly, if you have a Switch, you should have it. I don't know why you would get a Switch if you're not going to get Zelda. Now let's move on to the hardware. So I have 3 points to make here. One is that the system is very easy to use. The UI and the OS is just fast, simple. It reminds me actually quite a bit of Windows 10. It's very simple, very fast. It's more mature, I suppose, is a way to talk about it. There's no like music in the background. I'm happy about that. It, you know, that would slow down the OS. You know, you still have your little Nintendo charm. You have your Nintendo eShop. If you go to like your profile and make like little noises, things like that, you know, it still has that Nintendo charm that you have come to learn and love. But it's kind of taken off the fat, right? So all the music, that's gone, which pretty much makes the OS faster, and I am 100% behind that move. Then we have the actual feel and quality of the system. Now, one thing that I saw earlier people were questioning, it's not necessarily something people are asking anymore, but it was if the Switch had a glass screen or if it was plastic. Well, it is 100% plastic, so that means it's pretty easy to, you know, cut into it and scratch it, so definitely be careful there. If you're going to put it into your bag, either make sure it's the only thing in that pocket, or give it a case, give it a screen protector. Now, if you're going to go get a screen protector, I would recommend getting a tempered glass screen protector, because there have been reports that when people, you know, put those plastic ones on, that are pretty much just scratch resistant, when it's in the dock produces a lot of heat, because that's when the system is kind of at its highest clock speed and everything, and it's kind of confined to that little area. The heat will actually kind of mess with the glue, I suppose you could say, the glue of the screen protector, which causes bubbling and eventually peeling. So definitely go with glass. Those are usually better when it comes to heat, but definitely go with that if you want to get it. If not, honestly, with a case, you're pretty much good to go, as long as you're not someone who drops their things. So if you drop your phone, if you drop all this stuff, definitely get a case or screen protector, things like that. That is definitely a need if you're someone who drops their items or just has bad luck. You know, maybe your phone is scratched a bit, so you're gonna want to go and get one. Lastly, I want to talk about the connection issues that people were reporting before launch. This was a little bit concerning, but overall it's a simple fix. If you guys don't know beforehand, there were reports of the left Joy-Con specifically losing connection very easily to the system. So if you were playing Legend of Zelda and you were running straight, well, instead of running straight and then turning to left like you wanted, it would continue running straight because that was the last signal that the system received from your Joy-Con. Now, there was a Game Explain video kind of talking about this, and they were kind of experimenting to see what it was that was causing the issue, and it was just a simple like signal thing. It doesn't produce a strong enough signal for the Switch to receive it through like a human body. But this entire week, I tended to use the Switch Joy-Cons actually both in my hand, not on the Switch, and pretty far away from the Switch console itself. You know, it would have a desk between each other and things like that, and I've had zero problems. I can make it a problem, obviously, by going to the opposite side of the room and then putting my hands behind my back, but that's not something you're going to be doing, so I definitely do think those reports were kind of amped up a bit just for the clicks, I feel. So, you know, there's that. So, no connection issues. The system feels pretty premium. It feels really good. Everything from the thumbsticks, the buttons, the way the Joy-Cons snap on and off. Zelda is absolutely fantastic and is a breath of fresh air for the series. The game list may be small, but brand new games coming, you know, every other week, with Snake Pass coming, and eventually Mario Kart 8, Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, Splatoon 2, and of course we have Mario Odyssey at the end of the year. Overall, I say go get the Switch if you're a big Nintendo fan, and if you like a more like up-to-date, modern, and more adult Nintendo, definitely go pick this up. You're gonna definitely like it. It's light on games at the moment, but overall I think you're gonna be very pleased with Zelda, and you're gonna have that pretty much up until the release of things like Mario Kart 8 and then eventually Splatoon, and between then you'll have some fun indie games like Snake Pass to help ease you in the weight of Mario Odyssey. So yeah, those are my opinions on the Nintendo Switch after a week of use. Yeah, I'm very happy with the system. I'm happy that, you know, I'm enjoying a Nintendo system. I tweeted this out a while ago and was pretty much saying that me playing Zelda on the Switch is the happiest I've been playing anything Nintendo on any Nintendo platform in who knows how many years, since like the GameCube really. So I'm very happy with the system, and I'm happy that it's doing very well. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much for your time today. It was Grasshopper Suda 51 signing.
Next, we switch to this guest.